The Greater Washington Workforce Development Collaborative is a funding collaborative housed at the Community Foundation for the National Capital Region, or a coalition of about a dozen local and national funders that are all collectively pooling our resources toward the singular goal of really working with low-income and unemployed residents of the Greater Washington region to build their skills and credentials to help them on a pathway towards family economic security.
The vision of the DC Jobs Council is a District of Columbia where every resident is able to prepare for, find, and keep a good job. A good job that will allow them at least a foothold on a ladder to economic self-sufficiency.
So Jobs Council was really a response to a need for really leadership amongst the provider community in workforce development.
There are three things that the DC Jobs Council does to serve our members. First is professional development and technical assistance. The second area is information sharing. The third area is advocacy. We advocate with leaders in the District of Columbia for better laws, systems, structures, and regulations to ensure that we use the resources we have for workforce development most effectively.
BiteBack is a computer training and certification nonprofit that serves primarily low-income residents of the DC area. My name is H.Y. Griffin. I'm an employment specialist with BiteBack, and I work with the DC Jobs Council because BiteBack is one of its member organizations. I do the work that I do because I really feel like people in the DC area, and particularly low-income residents, should have access to training that allows them to change their lives.
So my name's Valerie Ashley. I'm the Executive Director of Southeast Ministry, and my connection to the DC Jobs Council is I am a member of the board. Southeast Ministry really does adult literacy as part of the whole workforce development continuum. So we do adult literacy, we do job readiness. We're small, we're very targeted and focused on what it is that people come to us asking for. We also work really hard to partner with other organizations that can help bring what the people we serve need. And that's been one of the values of the DC Jobs Council.
I think one of the biggest benefits of the DC Jobs Council is that it connects service providers and training providers that are already working together in a way. We might not actually realize that we're working together, but we're serving a lot of the same people.
For me, Southeast Ministry is a smaller organization. We really have to be good stewards of our resources, and I think we have to be the very best at what it is that we can do, and then reach out and partner with others for the things that they're the very best at what they do.
So I think by coming together and making our collaboration more intentional, we're able to be that much more effective. So I would encourage any workforce training provider in the DC area to get involved with the council because it allows us to be stronger as a team.
You know, except for the largest organizations, most small organizations don't have the time or the staffing to really kind of know what's happening at the Wilson Building.
I, as an employment specialist, working with students, working with employers, I actually hear my phone ringing right upstairs right now. I'm very busy and I don't have the time, maybe don't even have the brain power to break down legislation the way some of the members of the DC Jobs Council's board does.
Marina really is able to kind of read through and say, well, if this passes, this might be a pro for us, or this might be a con for us.
There's so much that happens in this city that if you're not paying attention to it and if you're not influencing it, it goes straight by you and it directly affects your life. But if you don't sort of take the time to understand it before it takes place, then you can't shape it.
Being able to bring the provider voice and the voice of clients of these programs to conversations in the policy sphere is really important and critical. We really want to make sure that our policymakers are doing their job and making sure that the rules and regulations that they're passing and the funding that they're authorizing is reflective of the needs of the community, and the DC Jobs Council really does help to make sure that that's happening.